We are Steve and Jill.
Together, we've been buying and reselling land since the 90s.
Our data-centric approach leaves our buyers asking, how can you sell it so cheap?
Here on the Land Academy Show,
We answer that and more. I'm Stephen Jack Butala.
And I'm Jill DeWit, and this is the Land Academy Show.
This is episode number 2151. Today, Jill and I are talking about the advantages of partnering versus going solo in your land business. I can tell you that, here's a spoiler alert. For me, when I joined forces with the right partner, Jill here, we probably made 20 times more money almost immediately. It was something that I didn't need. I didn't know that I even needed, but I needed somebody on the phone whose heart was in it to create real estate deals where there weren't. And so we'll talk about that in just a minute.
I want to give you credit. You have had other partners before me. You will never have any partners after me.
That's correct. That is a perfect way to say it.
So I want to give you credit because you were not afraid of that. I know so many people are like, no, I don't want to do that. I'm going to do it on my own. I want to call the shots. I want to be the boss. I don't want to share any of the profit. And boy, are they missing out. You know, there's always going to be, you can't be 100%. You know, I can't think of, really anything. So we'll talk about it.
All week this week, Jill and I are talking about running your land business better. Each day on the show, we answer a question from our Land Academy member Discord forum, and we take a deep dive into land-related topics by your request.
Cool. So this is from Hawaii, Zane and Tara. So Zane and Tara wrote, we're seeking funding for an infill lot in Portland, Oregon's premier neighborhood. The lot is 8,645 square feet. All utilities are at the street and it's ready to be built upon. We're under contract for $135,000 and agreed to paying all the closing costs. So the neighboring house sold in November 2023 for $1.79 million. All homes within a few miles are at least $1 million. Lots in the area have sold between $217,000, and this is even just January 2025, and not even as desirable as our lot, to $400,000. I've received market evaluations from my preferred realtor in the area. He's incredible and actually sold my unsellable lot without a hitch. And he's confident that we're going to get well above $250 and is going to provide even more insight tomorrow and thinks we could even list it near $400,000. We're open to funding formats, bring it, even interest rates, partial funding or full funding. I have tons of information. Please text or call me. How cool is that?
You know what I got out of this?
Oh,
They're doing this from Hawaii, which is cool.
Are.
Hey, this is how you post. This is how you get an investor.
Yeah.
They were really clear. I have no more questions about this real estate deal at all after reading this.
I'm like getting out my checkbook.
They have a sense of confidence. They already have a boots on the ground person that they have already done a real estate deal for them or with them. And they've negotiated an amazing deal. In fact, they're in at $135,000. They believe it's worth $250. The guy that they're involving, who's done a transaction with them, the real estate agent, believes it's worth $400.
Mm-hmm. And I've had that. Let him go. Let him run with it.
That's why I included this.
It's good.
This is a partner that I want. And that's the topic today. Today's topic, the advantages of partnering versus going solo in your land business. I can tell you my story in 60 seconds or less.
Okay.
I bought an 80-acre property in Arizona from my coffee table in Cincinnati, Ohio, working in a healthcare system. I was a vice president of Deaconess Healthcare System at the time. I bought the property, it was 80 acres. I spent about $8,000 for it. I immediately redressed it up on the internet, cleaned it up, put pictures on there, told a different story, and sold it for about 30 days later. Cash in, cash out, 30 days. And then that was it for me. The honeymoon period lasted 30 days for me. And I looked at myself
light bulb
and I said, this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. I have to do one single thing. And I'm talking to you too, not just me. I just have to find land to feed this beastie machine at the right price. Turns out $8,000 was way too much, but I still made a bunch of money. And I moved to Arizona shortly after that. And had a very successful career, hundreds and hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars I collected and kept after tax until 2009, when the economy just took over. And we're about to see that type of thing happen here in 2025. Luckily for me, at the same time, I met Jill. And Jill and I had a social relationship for a year or two. And one day she said, what's that big box over there with all the paper in it? And I said, those are tax bills from all the properties that I own that we can't sell because the economy's in the tank. She said, give me a list of the people your top 10 list of the people. This is almost exactly how it happened. Top 10 lists of the people who have been buying properties from you. So I dug it up and she got on the phone and sold like 80% of the property. These are properties that I was out of the business pursuing other stuff.
You gave up on them. These were throwaways.
You tell me.
Yeah.
Am I better off with a partner or not? So I might not have been better off with a partner in that coffee table situation. I look back now and I'm sure I would have been, but I did okay. Just okay. But Jill and I are way better together. The same thing can happen. This is a double-edged sword, because if you get a bad partner, they're going to drag you down from you just doing it alone. There's a lot of books written by single men who have done well. And there's a lot of...
Wait, are we talking in life or in business?
In business.
Okay, got it. Check it. Making sure.
Look, you can interchange business and marriage in this entire episode. You might be better off on your own. You might be better with your partner. That's for you to decide.
I have to pause for a moment to say, you have a disproportionate amount of friends that are single. Male friends that are single. They're like, how is that? That's interesting.
You're right. That is weird.
It is really weird. I can rattle them all off really quickly.
What about you? Are your friends single or not?
No.
All your friends from California are completely single.
Well, there's a reason for that.
In that entire group.
They're crazy. There's that.
Look, you have to ask yourself. I'll tell you this: from if you're starting out and you don't have a bunch of dough, which is totally understandable. I used to feel bad about that. God, I wish I had more money. Forget that.
Yeah.
You're starting out, you are going to need help. You're going to need help for people like us in Land Academy. Only, if not anything else, it's going to shorten your education time frame so that it doesn't take you 5 years to learn how to do this. It takes you like 5 months. Mm-hmm. Number one. Number two, you're going to need a bunch of money one way or the other once you find these great real estate deals. Your job is just to find great real estate deals. It's not to collect money or raise money or all that. That's my job, to provide an environment for you to raise money if you find a good real estate deal. That's it. Your job's to find the deal. Our job is to kind of do everything else.
You know what? In Land Academy, we're kind of your partners already.
Yeah.
When you really think about it.
Without equity.
That's actually really, I never thought about it like that. And you can come to me and you can come to us. You can come to our community. Like, I need help with X. I got 499 partners right here waiting for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
To help you.
And so you don't have to have a partner for life, or a business partner that you're just in it and forever, for better or for worse. That's silly. Get yourself a partner, find a great real estate deal, get yourself a money partner, sell the property, split the profit, do it again a few more times. Now you have a bunch of dough. You don't need a partner anymore. Right. Use that leverage.
And then you're somebody else's partner. You're the bank for them.
You'd be crazy. I would have shaved 10 years off of making the money that I did if I utilized an equity partner, if it was available to me. Back then we had to go, the internet was not like it is now. You'd have to call your uncle.
Yeah.
That was about it. Join us tomorrow where Jill and I talk about the hidden costs of land investing and how to avoid them. You are not alone in your real estate ambition.
We are Jack and Jill.
Information
and inspiration
to buy undervalued property.
We hope you find our content valuable and we appreciate your support. If you have not already, please check out our channel and hit the subscribe button.
And your comments and suggestions help us to create the content you're here for. Hitting the like button helps to support our channel's algorithm and gauge your interest for future shows.